Yes, you are a powerful man. Maybe you're used to having everybody getting afraid of you. But this is the way I am. Very clear, very direct.
You know very well that I'm also very clear and direct.
Well, you weren't always that way. And at least not in the distant past.
I can't somehow forget everything that happened between us. My life is going to be completely miserable. I just can't go on like this.
Zenaida is a very wonderful woman. She hasn't changed much after all these years. Las bandidas.
Will she be staying there?
You left, so?
So what?
I can also see us choosing baby names.
Can you two go pick those names somewhere else?
Ungekuja na gani? Kwanza iko na rize. Hiyo ndio naweza nitisha. Maji. Mbona umesweti hivi? Mimi nimeona kifo hivi na macho.
You're dead.
Dead?
Mwanaume atokangi kwa nyumba nyingine, ndiye aende kwa nyumba nyingine fuana yake.
Hizi advice zote unanipeanga za relationships. Mbona wewe na bwanako mnashindanga tu vita?
Good afternoon. This is Lunchtime News. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. We have a comprehensive bulletin lined up this afternoon. Our sign language interpreter is Anne Wangeshi. My name is Jackie Wambiru, and to interact media handles at KBC Channel 1. Now, to kick off the broadcast, police in Narok Central have arrested 4 suspected cattle thieves ferrying 7 bulls toward Nairobi. Area Sub-County Police Commander John Mumanyi said police got a tip-off from members of the public about a lorry ferrying suspected stolen livestock. Mumanyi hailed the local community for providing information that led to the arrest of the suspects, who will be arraigned in court on Monday.
Nataka kutoa ujumbe ya kwamba hii mji wetu ya Narok haitatumika kwa mambo ya wizi wa ng'ombe na ukora wa aina yoyote ule, kwa sababu sisi tuko macho, officers wote wako alert, na yeyote ambaye atajaribu huu mtego atapambana na sheria. Kwa wenye magari, nyinyi pia mjue ya kwamba iwapo gari yako itapatikana kwamba inatumika kusafirisha mifugo ambao wameibwa, ujue wewe pia utahusishwa na hii crime ambayo itakuwa imefanyika.
And now on education matters, the Kenya National Union of Teachers Mandera branch calls on the government to improve the current situation for easy learning in schools across the county. Area Executive Secretary Hussein Hassan lamented that the region remains understaffed due to insecurity, urging the Teacher Service Commission to increase the number of teachers in the county. Mandera County needs more than 2,000 teachers to fill the gap in 300 public primary schools and another 550 in public secondary schools.
Be aware are very innocent. Probably you are in an area that is safe, but by virtue of one thing is mentioned somewhere, kindly don't desert your repetition of working.
And because you want to go to Kisii, ama you want to go to Kisumu, ama unataka kurudi Ukambani, usituache tafadhali kwa shida. We are Kenyans. Ama nani? What is reasonable? Tunatoa. Jamani, tunajua walimu hatari, maisha yao hatarini, tutatoa.
In other news, the Catholic Church in Embu has committed to championing mental health in the region through seminars to enhance awareness on the condition. Speaking during a Thanksgiving ceremony for uniform officers in Eastern Region, Our Lady of Assumption Catholic Church Embu Bishop Paul Kariuki said the initiative is aimed at curbing the rise in suicide cases, especially among the police. Speakers at the ceremony noted that uniformed officers face a lot of challenges in the line of duty that could impair their mental health.
Tungeuliza serikali ione kati ya maafisa wale ambao tuko nao hata wao pia wameendelea kusoma, ili within the forces tuwe na psychiatrists wawe katikati yao, ili wataweza kusaidia watu wale wengine. Jambo hilo lingine pia ni watu wa familia kuwaweza kuwashikilia. Wakati mwingine wale wanasongwa na mawazo, familia tuwashikilie vizuri, pengine tunawaraumu. Sasa unaona mtu kwa kazi hata potelea pale, kwa familia hataweza kurudi. Kwa hivyo mambo inakuwa magumu. Kwa hivyo pia watu wa familia understand that officers are also human beings. Wakati mwingine they are not even available in the family because ya kazi zao. Tuweze kuwaelewa na tuweze kuwapea moyo na kuwapea nguvu.
Inafanya tunakuwa pamoja sisi wote, alafu tunakuja tunaomba pamoja. Baada ya hiyo, hata kama ni ile chakula itatolewa, tunagawanya, tunapeleka, tunaenda kule kwa kama ni children's homes, tunaenda pamoja, na hiyo inafanya tunakuwa na umoja, inafanya tunakuwa na ile tuna break ile inaitwa the silo mentality, so that sisi wote tunakuwa ni ndugu na tunavuta kuelekea upande mmoja.
Laikipia East Member of Parliament Mwangi Kionjori has faulted the Azimio la Umoja One Kenya coalition for opposing the newly enacted Finance Act 2023. Kionjori says the opposition ought to have come up with an alternative finance bill indicating how they would finance the budget while at the same time managing public debt. The legislator, who was speaking at a local gathering in Nanyuki, Laikipia County, called out the opposition's plan to picket, saying that it is not a viable option to help economic times.
You cannot come in to blame the government and yet you're not giving us an alternative. All what you're asking as a new leadership and their leader Raila Odinga is that come with your financial bill, an alternative of what Ruto tabled in the House. And then tell Kenyans, this is the way I would collect taxes, this is the way I would manage the government. Are you telling Kenyans that your proposal, your alternative to decreasing taxation, your alternative is maandamano that will bring more money to the people of Kenya? Is that your alternative bill? Kenyans are no longer vulnerable. They understand the issues. Yes, they are going through pain, but please let Kenyans sort out their own problem.
Now, experts in the construction industry have expressed fear of the collapse of some projects in the sector as a result of the increased fuel prices. Engineer Joseph Muchuri from Precise Civil Engineering Limited says construction materials have already gone up following the revised pump prices by the Energy and Petroleum Regulatory Authority, a move that intensifies the challenges. However, a section of real estate owners has given a thumbs up to the 1.5% housing taxation introduced by the government, saying it is a good step towards wealth creation.
The construction sector, according to experts, might be in dire straits in the wake of the new tax regime.
At the moment, the construction industry is facing challenges because the construction materials have gone up. My plea to the government is to create more incentives in the construction industry by reducing the taxes.
However, players in the industry regret that some developers have been using substandard material to reduce construction costs, compromising the quality of buildings.
KEBS should follow up on testing of the construction materials so that we have buildings that are are stable, and the construction industry has confidence in the materials.
While a rise in the price of construction materials is likely to affect the purchasing power of interested buyers, a section of real estate stakeholders say the government's move to introduce the 1.5% housing levy is worthwhile.
This is really a good step, because housing is the first step towards wealth. Because we understand the government cannot be able to reach to everybody, that's why we are coming up as private investors to support the government so that they can be able to realize their vision.
I think as individuals, it's about time that we looked into the future. If you look at the US, the UK, they are already doing it. So I think it's about time that we supported the government and we stop fighting everything that the government, tries.
They say Kenyans ought to adjust to the economic situation, maintaining that the effects brought about by increased fuel prices will eventually stabilize. Kamchemenza for Lunchtime News.
Still on the same, matatu operators in Narok have joined their colleagues from different counties in threatening to hike fares for commuters due to the rise in fuel prices. Narok Line Limited Director Andrew Mwangi said with schools reopening after the midterm break, parents could bear the brunt of high prices. Mwangi appealed to the government to review the fuel prices and reduce the price of diesel by at least 5 shillings. He government went against the court ruling that barred implementation of the Finance Act 2023 that, among other measures, doubled value-added tax on fuel.
Kulingana na vile mambo ilivyo, unakuta rudi shule sasa by Monday. Wazazi hawana mipango yoyote ya ile pesa itaongezwa kesho. Sasa tunaomba serikali, sisi hatuna ubishi na serikali. Ndio serikali tunataka iwe na pesa, lakini ile kitu tunataka itoe, hata kama ni shilingi 5, itoe shilingi 5 juu sasa imeongeza diesel na zaidi ya shilingi 12. Kwa hivyo sasa tungeomba serikali iongeze na shilingi 5.
And on health matters, it is a sigh of relief to the residents of Busia County after the launch of 96-bed capacity male surgical ward at the Busia Referral Hospital. The facility worth 100 million shillings built thanks to the collaboration between the county government of Busia, the Council of Governors and the national government has increased the bed capacity at the referral hospital from 200 to 300. Speaking during the commissioning of the ward, Busia Governor Dr. Paul Lutuoma disclosed that plans are underway to relocate Busia Polytechnic to expand Busia Referral Hospital. However, he noted the 200 more beds are needed to meet the minimum of 500 bed capacity to attain level 5 status.
From the 200 bed capacity to a 300 bed capacity, just with a decision that was made to have this facility. It has improved that problem that we had. It has helped us to sort it by almost 30%. In short, what am I trying to say? That when we make the right decisions, and when we are focused, and when we put resources where they are supposed to be put, we can solve our problems. Because in a record 1 year, we have been able to do this. And we have sorted out 30% of the problem.
The spouse of Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi, Tessie Mudavadi, is calling for the inclusion of persons with disability in the National Forest Restoration Campaign. Speaking during the launch of a tree planting campaign for police training colleges at the National Police College main campus in Kiganja, Nyeri County, Mrs. Musalia noted that people with disabilities had not been co-opted in the nationwide greening initiative that seeks to have 15 billion shillings planted by 2032.
I'm alone. I don't need to have someone to tell me that I have passed somewhere where there is a tree, because I can feel the breeze and the weeds and the good and clean environment that tree gives. So today what we have done, we have built homes for many birds, we have given shade to many of those who are not even yet born, but we have done something that is of great to our future.
By actively participating in tree planting and restoration efforts, you are exemplifying the true essence of public service and displaying a profound understanding of the interconnectedness between a healthy environment and a safe society.
Well, that report brings us to our first break here on Lunchtime News. Don't go too far, we still have more news coming up.
The story of afforestation has been told. Debate heated on a return of the Shamba system. Is the Shamba system a blessing or a blemish to the environment? Join Frederick Parsayo this Saturday and Sunday for a two-part series on the emotive subject.
Mothers are, I think, the glue that sticks the world. They are the ones who bring, they are co-workers with Jesus. They bring out children.
I remember for me, I met my daughter and I knew she was mine. As in, there was no question. I was like, please pack her up. This is my child. I'm going home with her.
Oh, wow. I have to celebrate some of the things. Because for a man to raise a girl and be a big girl is not all that easy.
I tell people this, I never remember she's adopted.
Oh, wow.
Because to me, she's my daughter. There's no other option. As in, there's no...
사실은 없던 게.
진짜 모릅니다, 사장님. 정말이에요.
아니, 왜 풀어주는 겁니까?
영장은 왜 안 떨어진 겁니까?
담당 검사 바뀌었대요.
심장파.
Back, this is Lunchtime News. A private veterinarian service engagement initiative has been launched in Isiolo County in a bid to decentralize veterinary services to all parts of the vast region. The County Director of Veterinary Services, Dr. Joseph Moreira, says the program will facilitate delivery of crucial services such as vaccination, general disease surveillance and control to boost livestock productivity. The initiative is supported by the Building Drought Resilience in Isiolo County project that is funded by the European Union.
With the DRIC, we have been doing disease surveillance. They have also supported us in capacity building and also in vaccinations. And now, to the farmer, they have also been involved in the restocking, and many other things as a project. We thank them very much for that. And let me assure you, as a project, that we shall continue working with you.
Nitafurahiwa kusaidiwa na huyu veterinary practitioner ambaye tukimtaji anaweza fika kwetu. Kwa vile veterinary department ilikuwa kuna staff, uhaba wa staff, kwa hivyo kama practitioner kama hivi inaingia itasaidia sisi sana.
I will be friendly in assisting the farmers in the county. Who are the ones in the county? I will be working with the assistance of the veterinary officers in the county.
In other news, Kitengela Rotary Club has partnered with Mavoko Water and Sewerage Company and EcoSave Africa in rehabilitating and conserving River Athi. The conservation efforts aims at unclogging stagnant sections of the river through bacteria treatment. The Rotarians have also embarked on resource mobilization in neighboring schools.
A few days after Parliament Public Petitions Committee raised the alarm over the hazardous state of River Athi, the river has now received a major boost after Kitengela Rotary Club embarked on rehabilitating the stream.
Rotary.
The club's head environmentalist, Daniel Wanjoki, says environmental conservation beyond tree planting should be undertaken to curb rampant pollution in the region.
We will be able to deploy our technology, including the different skills that members have in cleaning up of the Athi River. The river is very pivotal to the communities down river in the areas of Machakos, Makueni, Taita Taveta, and all the way to Kirishi.
The polluted River Athi continues to expose residents of the lower eastern region to health risks. The Rotary Club has now partnered with Mavoko Water and Sewerage Company and EcoSave Africa in rehabilitating and conserving the water source.
Kazi yenye tumekuwa tukifanya ya kusafisha mazingira itafanikiwa vizuri, maana tuko sasa na uwezo wa kuenda maofisi zenye zitatusaidia kufanya hiyo kazi.
The Rotarians also pledged to engage the community in tree planting exercise, particularly in schools.
The importance of planting trees for us is the fact that it is refreshing to the environment, but over and above that, we want to be able to protect the ecosystem and pay it forward in way of making sure that the generations to come beyond us are able to then benefit from rain that comes from the trees, but also to be able to enjoy the fresh air that is associated with the same.
The conservation initiative, which include a cleanup exercise, will entail weekly removal of garbage and educating locals against careless dumping of garbage in water. Bishop Washira, Lunchtime News.
And in the sports arena, Madison Keys produced a dominant display as she beat Daria Kasatkina in straight sets to win the Eastbourne International Tennis Championship for a second time. The American triumphed as she lifted her 7th double 1 hour and 42 minutes.
Madison Keys triumphed 6-2, 7-6 as she lifted her 7th WTA title in 1 hour and 42 minutes. Key breezed through the first set, and although she missed championship point in a second tie break, she eventually closed out the contest. World number 11 Kasatkina, ranked 14 places above Keys, had no answers to Keys' powerful ground strokes for the remainder of the set. Key took a 4-1 lead in the second after an early break, but Kasatkina sparkled into a live and even missed a chance to serve for the set at 6-5 before it went 3-lane tie break. Keys squandered 3 championship points on serve during the tie break, while Kasatkina missed chances of her own to square the match. It was Keys' first WTA title success since her raid at 250 in January 2022.
Carefully watched.
Now, legendary Spanish midfielder Cesc Fabregas has announced his immediate retirement from football. Fabregas will now move into the dugout by coaching Como's reserve and youth teams. In Italy, Serie A official Marco Serra has reportedly been sacked ahead of the 2023-2024 season following his part with Roma boss Jose Mourinho in February.
Former Arsenal, Barcelona and Chelsea midfielder Cesc Fabregas has announced his immediate retirement from football. during which he won the World Cup in 2010 and 2 European Championships in 2008 and 2012 with Spain, the Premier League twice at Chelsea and La Liga with Barcelona. He ends his career 1 year into a 2-year contract with the Italian club Como in Serie B. Fabregas says he will now move into the Dugout by coaching Como's reserve and youth teams. Meanwhile, Marco Serra has reportedly been sacked ahead of the 2023-2024 season following his spat with Jose Mourinho in February. This decision was made by Italian Referees Association in the light of his behavior in the Cremonese-Roma match on 28th of February this year.
Robert Kipkemboi and Naomi Jebet are the winners. The marathon held Sunday morning. Over 8,000 runners took part in the race, with the winners of the 42-kilometer race walking away with 3.5 million shillings.
Kipkemboi took the charge of the race from the onset, taking charge of the leading pack that comprised of Charles Yosei, Bernard Kipkemboi and Abraham Biwott. Kipkemboi widened the gap after 40 kilometers, completing the race with a time of 2 hours and 8 minutes, with Charles Yosei and Bernard Kipkemboi completing the podium dash.
Umefika mahali au hujijui kwa namba utaenda fika mwisho. So ikawa tu uvumilivu ufike. Baada ya kufika ndio utajua position, lakini nadhani kuanzia kilomita ya 39 ndio ikawa kuna hiyo namba 1 alitoka, ndio ikawa ameweka line, ndio ukasikia ni kama maposition imeanza kukuja.
The women's winner in the full marathon. Let's make some noise!
In another race, Naomi Jebet won the women's race, relegating Sharon Arusho and Judith Jerubeth to second and third position respectively. In the men's 21-kilometer race, Uganda's Maxwell Rotich emerged victorious ahead of Vincent Kipkorir and Kennedy Kimutai, who came in second and third respectively.
Nilikuwa nafanya preparation ya championship pamoja na road race. So road race imeakuwa ya kwanza kwa imeanza, nikaamua nikimbia 10 kilometers. Next week tuko na try championship.
The women's 21-kilometer race was won by Gladys Chepkurui after braving stiff opposition from Susan Chambai and Nancy Chaplatin, who completed the top 3 positions. The winners of the 42-kilometer race walked away with 3.5 million shillings. Over 8,000 runners took part in the race. King Orimwangi for Lunchtime News.
In other news, the county government of Nakuru has decried grabbing of public utility land by a cartel of traders working in cahoot with some officers from the Department of Land in the county. Speaking on phone, Nakuru County's Executive Officer for Lands, John Kahagi, said they are working towards identifying the repossessing of the affected parcels of land. Recently, residents of Naivasha forcefully repossessed a health center that had been grabbed by a trader in the town.
Kupitia governor aliyeondoka Rike Nyanjui waliweza kutuundia hospitali hapa. Hasa leo wananchi wameshikana wakasema kwamba badala ya kutoka hapa Kanjo kwenda huko upande wa Kabati, upande wa juu ambapo kuna hospitali ya level 4, wawe wanatibiwa hapa. Hapo ni pesa ya wananchi ambao ilijenga hapa, shilingi milioni 3. So mtu mmoja akichukua sema ni kwake, hiyo inatuhuzunisha sana na tumesema haitawezekana.
Kuna hii serikali mpya, tunataka kuwaambia wahakikishe wametuletea madawa juu hii hospitali imegrabiwa na mtu.
Na wakati yenye tulisikia hii hospitali imejengwa, tulifurahia sana kama mimi mama, kwa sababu mtoto akigojeka, unajua sisi wa mama ndio tunakimbiaga. Wakati yenye hospitali ilijengwa, kulikuja mtu anakuja anasema ni kwake na anaanza kuchukua. Sasa tukauliza, mbona hakutokea hiyo wakati yenye hii hospitali ilikuwa inajengwa?
And still in Nakuru County in Molo at the St. Mary's Catholic Church, where President William Ruto is attending a Thanksgiving church service. He is accompanied by Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua and a section of leaders. Currently, Nakuru Governor Susan Kihika is speaking. Let's listen in.
Excellency, I know tumeongea na wewe sana maneno ya kilimo because both you and I believe that we must make sure we do our part in making sure there is food security in our country. Na ndio maana Nakuru haikuparticipate katika hiyo maneno ya kuweka sufuria kwa kichwa. Sisi tulisema tunaenda maandamano kwa shamba kupanda so that tupate chakula, bei ya chakula irudi chini. Now, Your Excellency, ulitupatia fertilizer mingi sana kama counties. Na I can tell you, Nakuru County tuliweza kuleta fertilizer na kuipeleka to the last mile, meaning imefika huku Molo, ilifika Elbagon, ilifika Kuresoi, ilifika Bahati, ilifika Subukia, Naivasha and everywhere. Na watu wangu wa Nakuru County walinunua over 310,000 bags of fertilizer. So thank you very much for that, Your Excellency. Kwa hivyo wewe tunaendelea kusema Mungu akubariki, kwa ukweli wewe ni kusema na kutenda. Sasa Your Excellency, pia mimi na wewe tuko na agenda kidogo ya cold storage, so that tumesema hatutaki kuona wakulima wetu wakifanya kazi mingi, wanalima chakula but a lot of post harvest loss. So because of that, and I won't get into it because Your Excellency will talk about it, tumepewa za viazi zetu, vitunguu na tomatoes and that kind of stuff. Na mimi mwenyewe nilikuwa na yangu ya hapa Mishorue, ile cold storage ya viazi. Lakini tunataka tuongee na president tujue, kwa sababu anatupea kama 3 na mimi niko na hiyo moja, so we make sure that we place them strategically so that wakulima wetu wa Kuresoi, wa Molo, wa Njoro, upande huu very potato growing area, to make sure we have provided the facilities. Pia His Excellency ametupatia pesa ya kufanya ile agenda ya industrialization. Tulitafuta pesa.
Well, those live pictures are currently the Thanksgiving church service that is currently underway at the St. Mary's Catholic Church in Molo, Nakuru County, where President William Ruto is in attendance, as well as Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua. We shall be keeping you updated as we progress. For now, that brings us to the end of our bulletin. Thank you so much for keeping us company here at Lunchtime News. My name is Jackie Wambiru. Our sign language interpreter is Anne Wangeshi. For more news, check out our website at kbc.co.ke. Enjoy your Sunday.
Nimetamani sana kuzungumza naye mama. Yaani siku hizi dadia anakufungia kweli.
Hebu jieleze, kwa sababu mimi sina muda wa kupiga mahesabu nikajua hicho unachokizungumzia. I think this time we should run.
Lakini jua kama mmeshirikiana na huyo kesi, tahadhari sana. Manake kimotoni.
Watakaje Kate? Huu karibu wako wewe na Dingu umelitona nini haswa?
Will she be staying